All right, so supplies again today. Retake. Take two. Right. Supplies again today. 16 by 20 canvas. We have our 5 primary colors: red, yellow, blue, black, and white. Those 5 colors. We're going to use 2 paintbrushes tonight. A flat brush that will look something like this, and a round brush that will look something like this. I have a cup of water to rinse my brushes. I need paper towels to dry my brushes. Can you talk to those? Thank you. And cover your workspace if you need to cover your workspace. Don't knock everything off your shelf. Other than that, that should be about it. So, again, we'll ask you guys to stay muted throughout. It's just because there's tons of feedback when everybody's on and chatting. We love hearing you guys talk, though, don't get me wrong. But it's hard for everybody else to hear us with the instructions. We will, if you do need a question or you have, you need a comment, whatever, please unmute yourself though and ask us. If you need me to repeat something, if you need me to show you something again, just let us know, okay? Nathan is behind the computer. He's kind of my eyes and ears too. So if you need anything, feel free to chat in or unmute and ask us, okay? So let's get started. I was gonna sketch, but you know what? This is so simple, we really don't even have to sketch it. We're gonna go right to, we're gonna start with our flat brush. I'm gonna have you take that flat brush. We always wanna start by rinsing and drying. So give it a bath and dry it up. Rinse and dry. So we're gonna start with our moon, that nice big moon, that big round moon back there. So to do that, we're gonna start with a corner of white and a corner of yellow. So corner of yellow, corner of white on that brush, like so. We want this moon to be pretty big, right? Well, it's going to be almost more than half of our canvas. But I'm going to start in the center. So we'll start small, we'll work our way out. So we'll start in the center. Keep going back in, corner of white, corner of yellow. Ooh. Aiden gives me sound effects over here. So we're just going to have you use the brush.
Are you trying to mix it on the canvas?
We're blending on canvas. So we're going to just keep going corner of white and corner of yellow. But you want to use the brush following the shape, your brush stroke, the shape of your moon. So I'm just going to keep making that round brush stroke. Almost like we're making parentheses and making them bigger and bigger and bigger. Corner of yellow, corner of white. Keep making that moon bigger. Right over there, buddy. Yep. So for those of you that have kids that are painting with us, the kids in our kids camp for our fall sun workshop now will be painting a small version of this that looks like
Kitten version.
this. So this is on our fall fun workshop. We're running an 8-week program. It's 1 painting a week for 8 weeks. It's at 5 o'clock in the evening. Eastern Standard Time, thank you. You can talk, okay? And it usually runs about an hour to an hour and a half at the most, depending on what we're painting. We typically will give the kids some sketches for their canvases, just to kind of help guide them with some of the more difficult things that there might be, and to kind of help us with a time constraint. We want to keep their attention for that time, but if you want to check that out on our page, there is a Facebook group that you can look at. And I shared a couple of the little slices of all of the paintings. If anyone's interested, you can let us know and I can show you those paintings.
How do they sign up?
You can go onto the website. Everything, guys. You can go onto the website now. Nathan is here streamlining that for me. Thank goodness. Because Google Docs, I thought were my friend, and they are not my friend. So, website, you can sign up for anything that we have coming up on the website. Yay. All right. So we got that moon that's he's a little bit bigger than about the half of our canvas. Maybe a little bit bigger than half. And if it doesn't look perfectly round, I got a little extra on this side, it's okay. We can paint over it. Okay. Once you've got that big moon on your canvas, you're gonna rinse and dry. So once you guys got that moon on there, just throw Mason a couple of thumbs up so he can see that we're ready to move on to the next step.
Not seeing too many thumbs yet.
Not yet.
I see some familiar faces.
Probably.
Some of our artists in training going on. Some kids from
We
camp.
have some kids from kids camp.
I see some familiar names.
Good.
It might have been because I shipped you something recently, or I saw you in another video recently.
We have been, oh my goodness,
Was
guys.
Esther when we did the adult night?
Maybe.
I feel like that one was
Maybe.
one.
We have been packing kits. We can't bring the stuff in fast enough to get them out of here. So, no more hocus pocus kit orders. I love you guys, but no. Next week is hocus pocus. Next Thursday. Thursday night is our favorite night of the week. For all of you that have purchased a kit with us for hocus pocus, you'll be on one spinner. And because there's so many, we may have to do two. I know that the spinner can only accommodate so many names. And then we need another one. And then the day after the event, we'll also do another spinner for all of those tippers that have tipped or donated $10 or more. So we have a bunch of prizes, including the game board for each spinner, the Hocus Pocus game board. We have
You want to
wine
show them all?
glasses. Show.
Yeah, I'll do a quick spin over that way.
Oh,
So they can see it. Look, see me, you don't have to. Look, ready?
Ah, this is like our giveaway corner. It's piling up, guys.
You want to show them the Hocus Pocus sign too?
So Hocus Pocus game board. This is one of our prizes. Just look at the fencing. So in the event on Facebook, the sketches for the three sisters are there. You just have to print those out. Once you print them out on paper, you're going to take them to the back of your canvas, hold it up to the light, and then you can sketch from behind your canvas or on top of your canvas. So that is our Hocus Pocus. We anticipate that to be probably a 2.5 to 3 hour event because of the spinners and giveaways. So, and there is more detail. So yeah. So just be prepared to be with us for a while. It will stay up in our event discussion for maybe a week afterwards, and then it will go to our website for download. We have lots of other upcoming events though. But we still also want to hear your suggestions. Lisa and I were going over some really fun ones last night for our winter sessions. I'm very excited to do some. I can't wait.
No giveaways yet.
Super tired, so I haven't been doing them. We're just shipping kits right now, guys.
Do we have a question?
Yeah, go ahead. You can unmute yourself to ask questions, guys.
Maybe the hand was just a thumbs up.
No? Oh, maybe the thumbs up. All right.
All right, looks like we got lots of thumbs up now.
Awesome. All right. Next color, we're gonna rinse and dry that brush. We're gonna do our pumpkin next. So how we make orange, all my kiddos? Scoop of yellow, little scoop of red to start. So you want to put that on another area of your plate. Scoop of yellow, little scoop of red, and mix. And sometimes you need 2 plates depending on the kind of plate you got. We know.
Is it the same brush that you're using?
Yep, I'm using that same flat brush.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's a yellow.
So we're gonna mix an orange. You'll mix an orange that you like. Remember, my painting is not gonna look exactly like my painting, and yours is not gonna look exactly like mine either. They come out different every time we do them. Our brush is nice and loaded up with that red and orange mixture for red and yellow mixture for orange. So under our moon, or kind of, we want to overlap the bottom of our moon just a little bit, about halfway up. We want to start with almost like you're going to make a heart. Now you start from like the center and you kind of bring it out,
You said halfway up. What do you mean halfway up?
So halfway up the canvas.
Oh, halfway up the canvas. Okay.
Yep. Halfway up the canvas. And then we're going to bring it down and around. Your pumpkin's going to come off the bottom of your canvas. So we're starting that heart shape. And then bring it all the way down to the bottom. So we're going to keep using those parentheses shape, right? Right? All the way down. Follow the shape of your pumpkin. So your brush stroke, you follow the shape of an object, helps make it look three-dimensional and look like the object. If I paint my pumpkin like this, it's not going to look quite like a pumpkin. This helps use your object shape. So we're just going to keep going to the left, to the right, filling it all the way in. You want to, when you get to the bottom, just lift your canvas and get underneath. I like to take the edges of my canvas so it looks finished when you hang it up.
Yeah.
If you happen to leave a little bit of the center open, that's okay. We've got the basic shape of our pumpkin here. And you guys, again, kind of give us a thumbs up so we know you're ready for the next step.
No, I was clicking to see people.
I know I thought I heard like the, you know, like information on vibration.
I think so. I don't even know where your phone's at.
It's the camera.
Oh, that'll work. We got lots of paint tricks going on.
Good job. Good job. So next week's events are the Hocus Pocus.
You got Jack's tomorrow.
So yes, so tomorrow we're also doing Zoom. And you can still get the link for to join us on Zoom for this on the website. On the website. This is our Patriotic Sunset. It is a $10 donation event. So all of the funds that are collected will go right to Jack's Kids, which is an organization that is very near and dear to my heart. We have been doing Paint It Forward events for them for the past
3.
4 years about. So we have not been able to do one in person, so we decided to do this one for them on Zoom. So same thing we're doing tonight, guys. Just like this.
And we can still sign up for that?
You can, yep, just go right to the website because Mason set it up for us. Yay. Right to the website, you'll click on shop, and then you'll see that painting, and it should say $10 Patriotic Sunset. You can pay right online.
And then when you check out, at checkout, it'll say download a document. That document is your invitation and has the Zoom link right built into it with your list of supplies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're sorry to anybody who signed up via Google Docs and did not get their information right away. We had a little bit of a glitch with trying to get all the Google Doc names moved over to an email to send everything, and a couple of them rejected, and we didn't realize it right away. So we did work on getting lots of emails out today. So you might have gotten a couple even, just because we wanted to make sure you got them. But moving forward, everything will be on the website to make it easier. It's a learning process.
Oh my gosh. I have learned.
She learned a lot in the last week.
Oh my gosh. Just, like I said, you guys have grown up. Like, this is you guys, not me. I'm still one person. So the Mimosas community, I would say, has grown. I don't know. I don't even know what that percentage is. I don't even want to dare to understand what it is. But wow. So we're flying by the seat of our pants, guys. We are filling orders as not even as fast as they come in. We are doing the best we can to get everything in and out the door, make sure you have everything you need. We see all the requests. I know that there's some confusion about how do we sketch, what's the pre-sketch, blah, blah, blah. We promise we will get all of your questions answered. If it's not in the event discussion, we'll get on it live and we'll tell you. So something that we had to do this past week, which you did.
Today.
Oh, well,
It went into effect today.
there is a new kit price that went into effect today, but if you want to throw me there, so when I paint,
Well, I'm not as good of a throw.
so we've been sourcing our brushes through many different sources to kind of keep our kit price down. We're realizing quickly those sources are not reliable. We cannot get them in as fast as we're getting them out. So we met with a manufacturer in Princeton, New Jersey, who is local to us, relatively local to us. And we love being able to support other local businesses. So we will be now in your kits that are going out. Anybody that is ordering as of today on will receive their brushes. They are the Princeton value brushes. If you look these brushes up online, these prices are between $8 to $13 for a set of brushes. So I apologize that we did have to raise our kit prices this smidge, but
You're getting much better
you're
quality as
getting
a
a
roll.
much better quality brush set. In fact, that's normally what I use when I'm painting light, is this set of brushes. It was just at that moment a little too expensive to put into a kit when we began. Seeing how as everybody is now ordering them, we were able to kind of get a better volume discount on them and help you guys out, help us out, help the local company out. So yes, it's awesome. I'm very excited for the growth. I'm really excited to find out when I get to sleep again. But
And we changed the shipping a little bit, so
the shipping,
people that buy multiple kits will now get a slight discount as they're buying multiple kits. The way that we changed the shipping and handling charges now.
right. It was very difficult because I was having you guys, and I know to rely on, a new system to have you choose whether you're shipping 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 kits. It's how we were building in that discount, and we have had to kind of backtrack with, several dozen people to say you didn't choose the right shipping at checkout. So that's why you will see a Whoops shipping in our online store. But anyway, all right, sorry, getting back to painting. How about that? Let's rinse and dry that flat brush. Again, if I'm moving too fast, you guys let me know and I will repeat, okay? So rinsing and drying that flat brush. We're gonna grab just yellow this time. Just yellow on that flat brush. And in the center of our pumpkin, where we may have missed some of that canvas, we're gonna fill that in with yellow. I'll kind of blend it a little bit. So I'm gonna rub back and forth, brush over with those kind of parentheses from the top down to the bottom. So it's kind of like this real long, skinny almond shape.
I was trying to figure out what shape that was.
Yeah, sort of an almond shape,
It
right?
was like an eyeball, but sideways.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't know how to describe it.
And then I'm gonna do a couple of these yellow brush strokes down and around the side of my pumpkin. You're taking one of these things home, right?
I'll take it for Cat.
There you go. All right. We recently.
Although Marie might want it.
I know, that's kind of what, when I painted this one, she was like, I love that one.
That's true. Marie might want it.
We have 3 now.
That's true.
We have been trying to, so I'm just adding some of these yellow brush strokes in other areas of my pumpkin, add some highlights in there. So we have a room full of probably, I was underestimating when I was saying like 100 canvases. No, there's probably about 500 canvases that are painted now. We gave away about 100 canvases left. We donated them to like an assisted living facility who are going to use them as prizes for their bingo. And I'm so thrilled that they're just out of my house and it's going to bring somebody else joy.
Some of those retirement houses could use some
I
color on their
know,
walls
exactly.
too. That's great.
So yeah, I'm really. She's like, "Do you have more?"
Hmm.
Please let me know, and I'm more than happy to get one to you. If anybody else has any ideas of what else to do with painting, let me know because they're piling up.
You can sell them on your website now too.
Hey, Jen, check with the child life teams at some of the hospitals because they might be interested in them for the kids.
Okay, that's true because I have a ton of kids ones too now.
Oh, that's true. That's
Because
a
I didn't
little bit
give those
different.
kids ones away.
Yeah.
Oh, very. Can you message me that because I'm going to definitely forget by the end of tonight.
Yeah, I'll go with I'll remember, and between the two of us, we'll get it together.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to rinse and dry after that yellow. Same brush, rinse and dry. I'm going to grab a little bit of my red. To that red, we're going to also do a couple of little brush strokes of our red on our pumpkin. You can blend in a little if you want to. So I'm always starting at that kind of center part of our pumpkin up at that, call it the divot there of the pumpkin.
Dr. Caroline said other artists who do this via Zoom do a raffle for the art that they've painted during the class and have people pay a couple dollars for a ticket.
You guys would pay to win one of mine? Yeah, I don't know. I feel very strange about trying to, have you guys pay for my artwork because you teach me how to do it.
I'm just saying, flip that.
Thank you for the suggestion.
I mean, maybe for the one that's, gone viral now, those couple,
Oh,
people
God.
might really want that
All
one.
right, you're right. That makes a little bit more sense. So I'm
I
just
want the
putting,
viral video one.
putting some of those red brush strokes in between the yellow stripes that we did there. And that's it. We're going to rinse and dry again.
No white.
Not yet. Not yet.
I mean, if you really want to make a white pumpkin, you could too.
Good, yeah. You can always change your colors. We always say that. It does not have to be an orange pumpkin. It doesn't have to be a black cat. You can make a purple cat if you want. You can make a cat with a witch's hat. You can make your own thing. We have kiddos that paint with us in the kids camp. And I love, so we just did our husky. The first week that we did was this week. I lose track of dates now. The husky, which we did yesterday.
No, 2 days ago.
Really, we've lost track.
We just got the photos back from the kids today.
Yes, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So anywho, we painted our husky in our kid camp for the first week. And all of the paintings that have come back so far when they send in their photos are so unique. And we love it. There's the girl that, I think, Emma, are you on with us today? I don't remember.
Yeah, Emma's the one that I was thinking of though.
Emma. So Emma suggested that we paint a husky on our summer workshop. So we made this one, and then she made this look like her husky, which was phenomenal.
Lucinda?
Nope. It's Joellen and Emma, I believe.
Okay.
All right.
But definitely go check out some of those photos from the kiddos. They're so cute.
I put up the big slideshow early this morning of all of the ones that they did for the summer. I know it's lengthy, but give us just a couple of minutes to check out the kids and what they've done. It's awesome. All right, a little bit of white highlights, guys. I'm rinsing and drying that black brush, and then just gonna grab some white. So let's add a little bit of white in the center of our pumpkin. Whenever I take from my paint, I always try and take from the edge, not in the center so that we don't like ruin the whole pot of paint. I'm just taking from the edge of my paint. Even when we mix, we always grab from the side, not from the center. All right. Just grabbing some white and brushing some white down in our pumpkin. Just a couple of areas. And just a few little highlights on both sides. And then again, we're rinsing and drying. Lots of rinsing and drying. And then the flat brush goes away. Give us a thumbs up when you're done with your pumpkin so we know you're ready to move on to the next step.
Oh, how many kids are painting?
That's what makes me excited.
Question for you.
Yeah.
In the brushes you sent to me, I don't have a bigger round brush. I only have like a smaller flat brush.
There should be a 1/2 inch flat brush. There should be probably a big round brush.
Hang on. These are the ones that I have.
Oh, hold on, I can come around, or you can see it.
Hold on, I gotta find you.
So if you have, so what will work for this?
Stephanie has this set.
Okay. So what will work is this smaller, or the smaller
A
version.
smaller flat brush.
Yep. That'll do just as fine
So
as the
that-
round brush.
That one.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry.
Awesome. No, you're fine.
I had to go grab the sample so we knew which one we were looking at.
It's a great set, but it is. It's like, I wish there were some bigger brushes in it.
Oh, your new ones will.
Very nice. All right, so I'm gonna switch brushes, but I don't want to move ahead too fast. So
All right, where's our thumbs up? Everybody ready? We got a couple thumbs, looking for a couple more. All right, I see multiple now. All right, we're good.
All right. Ready. Good job. All right, so we're gonna work on our background. So you want our moon to dry before we start doing our kitty. We've got a little couple of areas that are still patchy. So we're gonna work on our background first. We're gonna work from top to bottom. We're gonna start mixing up purple colors. So it can be whatever color purple you want. So I'm gonna start with a big scoop of blue. You do need a lot of paint for this part. So I'm doing a nice scoop of blue on over here, kind of move some to the side. I'm gonna grab one or two little scoops of red in here and see what we can mix here.
And they can make the sky any color you want.
You can. So I'm gonna start with some of our darker colors first. Because when I add the lighter colors, we want the lighter colors to go on top of the darker colors.
Mrs. Kotzman, I have a question. Are you using more blue or more red?
I use more blue.
Thank you.
How many
Welcome.
like scoops to scoops? Like
Yeah,
three to.
probably like 3 scoops of blue to 1 scoop of red.
That's great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Jennifer, which paintbrush are you using again?
We're using that round brush. If you don't have a round brush, you can use one of those smaller flat brushes.
With a rounded edge.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
We have
matter.
like 1,000 brushes.
Yeah, I mean, a round brush.
Okay, thank you.
Doesn't matter. You know, what matters in this part is just a repeated pattern. So I don't care whether you use this kind of a brush, this kind of a brush. The bigger the brush, the faster it will go. That's a tip. So with our purple,
I'm sorry, the colors again are
so I'm mixing some blue and red to make a purple.
perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to try and kind of outline my moon a little bit. So I'm gonna start sort of outlining here. I know my moon's got a little lopsided over there.
So this will help correct by
This one-
using a
yeah.
darker color on the moon. It'll correct some of the roundness.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I don't know how I made that one so perfectly round.
The one yesterday came out really round too, though.
Yeah, not bad.
Stand in front of it more and then you try to get an
This
idea.
is always my problem, guys. I paint on an angle. It looks good from my side, but from yours, not so much.
Not too bad.
All right. I just want to kind of give that an edge. And then what you're going to do is go back with that brush. It can be loaded with paint. It doesn't matter. I just want you to just do dots all over. So I'm just tapping my brush or pressing my brush all over the background. We want to do everything from the moon and above, and we'll come down just a little bit below, so just a little below the moon with that purple. You don't have to fill the entire canvas with it. You can leave some white spaces as well, but I want to just kind of get a texture of purple all the way around our background.
That wasn't how I thought you would do that.
No.
Nope, I thought you painted it solid and then added the dots.
No.
See, you learned something new by watching.
So this is where I will tell you, trust the process for me. When I did the first one like this with the dots, I'm not much of an abstract person when it comes to painting, but I love doing it now. I had to say, I don't like it, it's not right, it doesn't look right. I had to tell myself that's the process. So give me time, follow instructions, and you'll like it. I promise.
It does look really cool on the finished product, so.
It does. It really does. It looks so neat. It looks like there's little lights in the background.
Jennifer, is this similar to what we did with the seahorses?
Absolutely. It's the same thing.
Got it.
Oh, I see the finishes, yep.
Yeah. Same thing. So we're just touching that brush on your canvas until it's almost covered. There still can be some canvas peeking through. And then I'm going to work on this side. See if I can get my top here.
Mrs. Kotzman,
Yeah.
I have another question. I accidentally got some purple on my pumpkin, and I was wondering what you think I should do.
So if you get a color on something that you don't want that color, what I'll have you do is grab another brush. So grab another brush, rinse it and dry it really quick, rinse and dry real quick, and then wipe it off your pumpkin. You may have to do that a few times to try and wipe the purple off, rinse and dry the brush, dry good, try and wipe. So you probably can clean off your canvas, but you might have to paint a little bit more orange back on to kind of fill it in.
Okay, thank you.
Try that. Yep. I did that yesterday.
Well, at least now someone else knows how to do it too. So a little bit of a line next to the pumpkin to kind of outline that too.
Yep, I'm bringing that down just a little, so we have a little bit of an outline. I'll go back over with some black to outline later, but for now, have some guidelines here. And remember, if you don't want to do green down here for like grass, you can bring that purple all the way down. If you just want that blue and purple sky, you do that too. So this is a nice easy part. Fun. You're just tapping that brush all over your canvas.
Guess if you run out of color, it doesn't matter either because you're going to add more.
That's right. So if you have to mix more, mix more. Doesn't have to be perfect. No perfect. No perfect in painting. Or it's all perfect in painting.
So the dots are purple and blue?
For right now, we're just doing purple.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just filling in my canvas, leaving some spots open, just with purple for now. Purple, purple, purple. Purple, purple. What's that from?
Purple people eater?
I knew you were going to say that, but that was definitely not it, because I don't know what that is.
It's from a song.
All right. I don't know.
I think it's a Beatles reference. Something older.
All right, maybe I did know that. I knew something about the Beatles in there, but
Thank you. The trick worked great.
Good
Woohoo!
job, yay.
We always like good testimonies.
My brush overpowered the left side because I didn't have much space to the left. Should I outline inside?
It's okay, so your moon's just not centered, is that all?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see, hold up your
It's
painting.
okay, yeah. Here, I'll put my look. Coming.
Oh, no, she just filled in her dots really heavy on one side. That's
Oh.
okay.
So what? Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay. 'Cause my brush kind of took over.
It's
So
okay.
That's what you wanted to do. It's okay, and you can fill in more on the other side too. But we're gonna layer colors. We're gonna layer.
We're gonna add more.
Layering. The only thing I like layering in is painting. So purple first, and when you're ready, you can go to black. So I'm gonna have you start really rough. I'm gonna have you rinse and dry that brush. Then we're just gonna tap into our black, and then just start doing some black. So I'm gonna put the black in all some of those white areas that we were missing.
Kind of for me.
shut up.
And it's okay if you overlap some of the purple that's there already. That's fine. That's what we want. We're just creating some texture back there.
Are we doing blue now?
I'm doing black first.
Black first. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you filling it in evenly or anywhere
No,
closer?
I'm just kind of going into some of those areas that I haven't painted yet to cover some of those white canvas spots. And I am overlapping some of the purple. So I may kind of tap over the purple, and that's okay. We're going to keep layering.
You get in the edge of the canvas too.
And I am doing the edge and the top of the canvas as I go. Yep. Good reminder. When you do your edges, it helps it look finished when you hang it up.
From on screen, it kind of looks like a leopard.
Does it?
Yeah. Looks like leopard spots.
So after next week, Hocus Pocus, the next two things. The next two things are, I think, our pumpkin patch with the wagon or without the wagon. You don't have to paint it with the wagon. That is this one. That is October 1st because it is National Pumpkin Day. Pumpkin or Pumpkin Spice Day? Let's go with Pumpkin Day. National Pumpkin Day for October 1st. And October 3rd is the Santa Baby Santa Yoda. That is October 3rd. Then the last, well, not the last, but the next big event that we have, which is actually not on Zoom, it will be through our Facebook Live discussion. So you'll go right into the event. Anytime we're on Facebook Live, you go right into the event discussion. You go live right from there. There's no other links to click. There's no other payments to do. You don't click any of those things. I know Mason's probably going ban.
Yep.
See? Oh, so terrible. We have people that are trying, like pages or spammers or whatever, that are trying to just duplicate our page. So please be careful when you see our events that they do say buy mimosas and masterpieces and not, I can't even think of what some of them are.
Most of them say something with entertainment.
Right.
You see anything that looks like mimosa stuff but says something that's not mimosas related, don't click on it. We're working to get them taken down.
You'll also see, like, if you look at the going interest, if you only see a couple, that's probably an indication. And I'm not saying that because we have that many. I'm not saying that in any, I don't know what I'm saying. So what I am trying to explain is, so something like the Nightmare Before Christmas, if you see that on anywhere else in stage, this event, would you've seen it duplicated in other events and shared, and it looks exactly like our page. They're making it look just like our page. If you don't see that there's tens of thousands of people interested or going, it's not our page. This has reached over 2 million people now. You guys shared it a lot. So wow, I still have to watch the movie. Get ridiculed for that forever. But no,
Maybe your little figures over here on the side will motivate you.
they are cute. I mean, those are cute. We have lots of giveaways for that one as well.
Question for you.
Yeah.
My dots took over like completely, so the background was practically purple.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna keep adding to it anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna keep layering anyway, so that's
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
So far you only have purple and black,
So
right?
far we have
Yep,
black.
purple and black.
Mine's navy blue.
That's all right.
Next, we're going to blue. Rinse and dry, and now we'll do blue. So dots. Again, I'm kind of layering over in those little areas where we may not have put anything in those white areas of canvas that are peeking through. So what's going to happen, you're going to start picking up purple and black on that brush. If it gets to be too dark, rinse and dry every so often. Just go back and pick up some blue and keep going.
It's like your paint pen ran out of ink. Redo.
Redo. Well, that's what happens. Or you can wipe it off on your paper towel and kind of keep going too. Whatever you choose. I know after a while when you're tapping, you're like, wait, it's all the same color now. What happens? Rinse and dry. Grab some more blue. Really excited for the kids to paint this one.
Your kitten
Yeah.
on a pumpkin.
Cat who's inside of a pumpkin. Cute.
I guess if you wanted to make like, you know, a mommy and me painting out of this, you could do like a really big version and then do the kitten version too.
That's kind of like, I mean, when I did this one, I thought the kids are gonna really like this one. So
Yeah,
I knew that that had to be
one to add to
a
theirs.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And then everything else the kids asked for. Like they asked for a tractor, they asked for a wagon of pumpkins, and that's why I thought to put the wagon of pumpkins to feel for the adult thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Um,
You want me to show some of the kids ones while you're dotting?
sure.
All right. This is the whole series, I think.
Yep.
All right, let's see. So we got the kitten one we said about already. That's that one. In case you want to do like, you know,
Mom and me.
one. Turkey.
Turkey, somebody
Get one ready for
requested.
Thanksgiving.
Yep, that's probably close to our last one.
How about this one?
That's like the fall walkway. One of our kids requested kind of a fall foliage.
I like the, yeah, like the tree. I like the color in the tree.
And that's this technique right here.
You could be a pro.
See?
huh?
I know.
Oh, this is a special one.
Sugar glider is next week. So if the kids are able to join us for next week, it is one flat rate, $65 for the entire family, that's the whole household. Whether you have 1 or 10 kids, God bless you if you do. It's the same price. So next week we will have somebody with us live like this in our Facebook group. She's going to bring us a couple of sugar gliders.
This is a real thing if
Sugar
you didn't know
glider.
that, because I didn't know that. I didn't think that was a real animal.
So we're going to be able, I'm going to be able, Mark does not want to. I'm gonna be able to hold them. Aiden might come down and kind of hang out with us. The kids are able to ask some questions about the animal. That's what we did with our alpacas. We had an alpaca farm Zoom with us on the first summer session. So we'll have some sugar gliders so the kids have a little bit of inspiration for their painting. And they know it's real. And they know it's real.
My brother and his wife had a sugar glider as a pet.
Wow. Yes. What do you do with it?
It just was in the cage, and then they would take it out and, you know, hold it, or
Was it fly? I know.
Yeah, it did a little bit. Yeah.
Was it kind of like a squirrel, but like, no, it doesn't have a bushy tail. That's all.
Right. It was small. I only saw it one time.
Yeah.
It stayed in the dark a lot. It doesn't like light, so they'd have to keep the lights low, I believe.
We might have to cut some of those then. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we can't wait. I'm so excited. I love animals. We got a couple more. So we showed you the husky one. That one's already done. And we got 2 more in here. Oh, 3 more. Trick or treat. So we can write trick or treat. It's a bag of candy. That was one of our kids that requested that one. The tractor. And then this is the one that they wanted the wagon with the pumpkin. These two can kind of fit together. Yep. So yeah, that is our series for the fall. The videos for them, we do save them and they're saved in the group. So if you miss us live, the kids can go back and do that whenever they want to. We will keep them up until the last week of it, and then we take them all down. We'll download them or upload them to our website for other people if they want to do them. But then we open it up to your friends and family, and you guys can invite everybody in if you want to paint the last painting with us live. Well, that's cool. Yeah. It gives everybody else a chance to try it too. All right. So we did purple, we did black, we did blue. Now we're gonna kind of scoot down to the green. We'll go back up with yellow, but we want to scoot down to green. So we're gonna mix super blue with the yellow for green. So we'll mix the green color. Be sure you rinse and dry that brush. Super yellow, super blue for some green.
How much to how much?
Probably, well, it depends on what color grass you want. Probably more yellow, maybe 2 parts yellow to 1 part blue.
Maybe 3. Looks like you went back for more.
I definitely didn't grab as much yellow as I did. Or I used too much blue. But we're getting there. So mixing to make it green. There we go. Once we have that green color, we're going to do those dots. Same technique, same brush, all the way down around this side of the pumpkin. And I'm going to have you start actually down here. So at the bottom of our pumpkin, you kind of want some of that grass to kind of pop up into the front of our pumpkin so it looks like it's sitting in the grass or a field or wherever it may be.
Are you using more yellow or more blue?
So I probably use more yellow than blue, but you may have to try it because it depends on what kind of blue you're using. I'm using kind of a lighter blue. If you're using something like a darker blue, you may need just a tiny bit of blue to do a lot of yellow. So just try a little at a time and play with it a bit, and then you'll see what you like.
Okay, yeah, I have a pretty dark blue, so.
Yeah, so try with a nice big scoop of yellow and try a little bit of blue at a time. And you can keep adding a little at a time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so kind of same thing like we did with the moon for an outline. I'm going to come down with that green around our pumpkin so we don't kind of put lots of dots on the edge of our pumpkin and go over it.
Esther says she's adding some blue glitter to the background to give it more of a
Esther
star
is
look.
We always have glitters.
The glitterers.
Glitterers. She's going to be my glitter fairy.
Oh, is that the one that you said was a glitter fairy?
Always has glitter.
No, that wasn't me. I'm not ready yet on the glitter.
Okay.
But I am trying to come up with something creative.
There you go. Maybe the moon and the moon sparkly. And if the kids have it, you can add like dots of glow paint in the back to make it look like stars, and that your stars will glow. Or after we paint the cat, maybe you can go back over with that glow paint and paint the moon, so that you have maybe paint the moon around the cat, so that you can see the cat silhouette glow, like glowing in the moon. If that makes any sense. All right, so after I kind of have that green outline around my pumpkin, I'm just gonna go back and do those caps, right? Our edges. So when we get close to our purple and black area, we do want to bring some up into that area a bit.
Is it okay if it blends with the other one?
And that's what we want, is for it to blend with the other one. So I'm probably gonna pick up a little bit of blue. I'm gonna pick up a little purple, and that's okay. We'll bring a little bit of that down, and then I'm gonna rinse and dry to get some of that black off of there. If you picked up black or blue, then I'll go back to my green and finish the edges. Look at that, smart brush. Okay, I'm gonna fill in almost the whole thing, but I do want you to leave a little bit of space in there, some spots showing. We're gonna go back into it with yellow. Now those edges over here, if you remember, the bottom, if you remember. So something that we do, in case you guys don't know, is we do offer private Zoom sessions, just like we're doing tonight, except it could be just for you and your friends or family. So they're just a flat rate. You let us know what day you want. They're a slightly different price from weekday to weeknight. You would let us know when you're interested. We would set up a Zoom link for you, give you a supply list. You pick whatever painting you want to paint, and then we go live together just with you and your group. That's kind of a fun option too for families that are kind of spaced out all over and are doing this with us, but may want their own private party.
To do like a family reunion,
Yeah,
a birthday
family
party,
reunion. Yep,
get together
yeah.
with friends.
Did a birthday party last night. That was so awesome.
It's great for kids and adults.
That it is. Right.
Sorry for the interruption, but did you start the class already?
We did.
It's supposed to be 7 o'clock or what time?
7
Yeah.
o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
So in other words, she missed an hour of it?
You probably have. But what I'll do is we're recording it. I can email you the download as soon as we're completed, okay?
Okay, I just got it set up for her, so I'm going to put her in there because I'm obviously not Sally. So, okay.
No problem. Yeah. What we can do is, what if you want to message us later, if you've missed it or you came in too late and you can't catch up, just email us and we'll send you the recorded video later.
So you can start fresh from the beginning.
Fresh from the beginning, yeah. That's all.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, I know those time zones. I don't know how to. I gotta pay more attention or like kind of emphasize that a little more that we're Eastern time. All right, so I'm gonna go back in any little spots that I have. I'm gonna go in with yellow. So I'm just gonna grab my yellow, start tapping some yellow in there. Any little spots that I'm missing, I need yellow.
Out of yellow? Oh, we got some.
Kind of like. Use it up.
I'll have blue on yourself. Not much.
12 more bottles that are coming. Hopefully soon. I know. Like I said, when you guys are painting with us, there's no perfection here, guys. You get my whole family. You get the dog who's sleeping at least now. You get Holly who's whistling now.
Holly's a bird, by the way.
Oh yeah. Like the cockatiel. There's 2 parakeets that are chirping their feathers off up there.
It's so cute when they whistle, though.
Yeah, she's just singing now. Must be in a good mood. Yeah, some nights if I'm kind of working later and Aiden's asleep and I'm like the only one kind of up and in the kitchen. Just that light I have on, but she'll just start whistling away. I'm like, oh, you're talking now.
Someone you talk
I
to.
know. He's getting a little bit better at handling, but it'll be a while.
Have you done a bird yet like that?
Not like that, but we have done the parrot. That was a tough one. We did some really tough paintings over the last few months.
Yeah.
And you guys did great. Like you guys have kept up pretty amazing with that. Some of our sessions were a little lengthy. I think that bird one was actually close to
Probably because you had a lot of color and technique.
Yeah, lots of little steps. I think the Harry Potter one I think was close to 3 hours. Yeah, the Seahorse one I think was a long one too. But that was the whole background was just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, great. Here. So we
Good.
have green and yellow in that background. I'm gonna rinse and dry. Wanted to kind of give us an idea, maybe a thumbs up after we get to that part. We have just 2 more colors for our dots, and then we will do our cat. Okay.
The video's up.
Hold on.
What happened?
Someone tried calling you.
Oh, sorry. I do not disturb. Why does that still not work?
Let me zoom back in for them.
Uh-oh. So you have to make sure that we're spotlight video after.
You're still spotlight.
Oh, okay.
You're just a little.
You're back now.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a pinch out, but I don't know if you can do it because it's spotlighted. I don't know that you can.
There's something on your phone though doing audio.
No, I don't know.
Well, I can't even click it. There we go. All right, now we should be able to. There we go.
Yeah? Yeah, we're good.
There's just I had to move over just
I
a little
know.
bit. And I kicked it. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Remember, perfectionism.
We're definitely not that. It's the real. Get it all.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So, you earlier mentioned that you were looking for a group that might take painting donations.
Yeah.
So, if you do find a group, I was wondering if you might be able to post in the painting group so that if anyone else would like to send their paintings, they would be able
will
to.
definitely do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw a comment if anyone wants like kids paintings that they
Yeah.
would like to know too.
Yeah. We'll definitely post that on our
Okay.
page and in the Kid Camp group in our the fall workshop.
Okay, great. Thank you. I was just wondering because I thought that sounded like a fun idea.
I agree. We
Make
only
somebody's day.
we only have so much wall space, right? And we want to create new things.
Yeah, our walls are overflowing with paintings.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. But certainly, I know. I don't have enough walls. I probably could cover every square foot of wall in my house with the canvases that I have. So we have to give them away.
And you know, it spreads joy and lets everyone
Yep.
be able to look at paintings.
Right. That's why we like to do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Can I get some thumbs up if
If you
we
guys are
are ready? All right, let's see if we got any thumbs. We got one.
There's no rush.
There's
guys.
a couple.
We're not rushing. I just didn't want to move ahead and leave a whole bunch of people
All right, we got lots of thumbs now.
behind waiting.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
Yep, we got lots. Just had to go through because there's lots of people on tonight.
All right. So I'm going to rinse and dry after that yellow, and I'm going to grab white. So we're going to do some white in our yellow and green area. A couple of white spots, and I'm just kind of overlapping. Rinse and dry after some yellow down in our green area. And then I'm going to mix some light yellow. So I'm going to rinse and dry. We're going to mix a scoop of yellow and a scoop of white. Scoop of yellow, scoop of white. And then here.
Can you guys hear her? I'm so curious. Like,
I don't know how good the audio is.
it's so cute though.
Is that a cockatiel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, good. I'm so glad you guys can hear and we're not just making stuff.
But see, the
I can hear you fine.
the crazy thing is that I can, if I am up there like kind of chatting with them, I can try and whistle at her for an hour.
She does not
She
respond.
won't peep, not a thing. Mark will walk in and she'll start woo woo. Oh yes, she's a cat caller. My goodness. All right. So that light yellow on that same brush, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna add some light yellow spots in our dark area. So you can work, but I like to kind of concentrate some of them near the moon. So it's a little lighter in this area and a little less maybe out this way.
Should the pumpkin be dry by now?
Pumpkin should probably be dry by now, yeah.
Okay. Someone said that they used a hair dryer to get it dry. I was like, I don't know if it needs to be dry yet.
Yeah, pumpkin should be dry.
Okay.
I think this is, I mean, this was the important part that we wanted dry with our moon.
Okay.
So
Excuse me, what color for it? Yellow?
so this is, I mixed a scoop of yellow and a scoop of white, so a light yellow.
Light yellow?
Light yellow.
Yeah, because just yellow, you won't see on it, and white is a little too bright. So a little bit of yellow.
Mm.
Again, if you get too much paint built up on that brush, those other colors, just rinse and dry. Go back into some more. So at this point, there shouldn't be any little white spots left on your canvas, not up here, not down here. So we shouldn't see any canvas peeking through it all now.
Don't forget to check your edges.
That's it. That's it for our background. Okay. We're going to do our details on our pumpkin and then our kitty. And then we're done.
The orange in the moon.
I can't really do the orange in the moon. So, it's true. Nathan caught me. I didn't add orange in our moon. So if you want to add some of that orange in the moon around the outside of it before we do our kitty, I'm going to grab that kind of that orange that we used for the pumpkin.
Light orange.
So, yep, so it's just the orange that we started with. Okay. Yeah, the orange that we started with. I'm going to grab a little orange and a little yellow. A little orange and a little yellow. I'm going to try and work around from the outside. Kind of work that around the outside. So a little bit of yellow, corner of that orange.
Yellow, orange.
Brush that around the outside. I switched to that flat brush, sorry. So I switched to the flat brush just to get some of that orange in there. If you want to. You don't have to. If you want to leave it just yellow, you can leave it just yellow.
And when you paint, are you doing mostly the flat side, mostly the?
So when I go
Edge.
around the, yep, so when I go around the edge, I kind of line up my bristles and kind of brush first sideways with the bristles.
Let me get a zoom in on that.
So we can, that's a good idea.
Let's see. We're gonna zoom in so you can see the edge work.
Okay. So with
Give me a
that,
sec.
oh, sorry.
All right, go ahead now.
Okay. So with that orange, if you want to add some orange to your moon, I use again, it's a little bit of the orange, a little yellow. Kind of wipe that down around the edge first. Kind of line it up first. And then I go back with the flat side. I'm kind of wiping it in. So just follow that shape again. Follow those curves, like we're doing those big parentheses, right? Big curves. So, you can see it in we'll start doing the details.
Okay. Now you're right on the painting, so you're good.
Okay. All right, there we go. Thank you. All right, guys. I missed
Actually,
that.
I'm gonna add the other one too with it. So they're gonna want to do that one.
There you go. Yep.
People really good.
Very good. All right. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready again. And we will do our details on our pumpkin and then we'll do our cat.
I'm sorry, I have a question. So is it orange around the edge and what other, just orange?
So I grabbed a little of that orange that we used for our pumpkin and I grabbed a little yellow with it.
Okay.
So grab like a corner of orange and a corner of yellow on that flat brush. And then I
Okay.
kind of lined up the skinnier edge, kind of wiped around this way. And then I turned it and wiped this way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like the hot dog versus hamburger, you know, like use the hot dog edge first and the hamburger.
That's funny. I never heard that. Have you heard that before?
No, I just invented that.
Oh, that's fun. The kids would like that, sir. The hot dog edge of the hamburger. That's funny. We're just watching for thumbs up when you're done with background colors and your moon.
Thumbs up.
Yay!
Any more thumbs up? Who else is ready to move on? Let's see.
If they're still, they still looking like they're painting, there's no rush, guys. No rush.
Yes.
There we go. All right, we got a bunch now. I think they were just looking at their paintings, make sure they loved it first.
Okay. Good. Well, we want you to love it, and if you don't love it, tell us how we can help you fix it. What do you feel like you're missing? What do you need? All right. I'm gonna switch. Make sure that we're back to that flat. I'm sorry. The round brush, not a flat brush. Back to that round brush.
Come in view more on top. This way.
Sorry. Round brush.
There you
Back
go.
to the round brush.
Round brush.
Round brush. Yep. So we're gonna do details on our pumpkin. So I'm gonna start with a little black line. So a little bit of paint on my brush. So just a tiny bit of black on that tip. And we're gonna start by kind of outlining around our pumpkin. So you don't have to outline if you don't want to. I like to outline, it kind of makes it look finished. I don't know. Kind of
Now,
defines the.
Is yours a solid outline or sort of like a dashed
So
outline?
around the outside, I'm kind of doing a solid here.
Okay. Gotcha. So you might do a dash to start and then fill it in after.
So up here, we're gonna kind of cover that anyway.
Okay. Got it. I was wondering why you skipped some of that.
Yeah, we're gonna cover that anyway.
Well, just like pumpkins, they're both not the same.
Great. And then from the center, from this little kind of V area of our pumpkin, I'm gonna bring a couple of lines down to sort of define like those little creases in the pumpkin. So when I do that, I kind of like to call this pencil grip. I'm holding my brush like a pencil, and I'm gonna use my pinky to kind of stabilize my hand if you need to. And if you feel like you're more comfortable doing it this way, that's fine. So just gonna kind of bring some black lines down like this, but I don't want to do a full hard solid black line. I'm just gonna do kind of what I call a broken line. So it's kind of like we do a little bit of a line, and then we leave a little space. We do a little line, we leave a little space. We'll do a couple of those kind of parentheses on the left side, or I'm saying parentheses, those curved lines on the left side. And then we'll do a couple on the right side. And again, we're just kind of like a little bit of a broken line, get a couple of lines in there, and then leave some space. What's up with Holly? I don't know. Bring it away, man. Oh, wow. You're almost done, Molly. And a couple little details on our pumpkin, that's it. And the name is that's great. As a reminder, Aiden always reminds me to make sure we sign our need our pages, right? All
The
right.
other one doesn't look like it has one.
That was my original, and for whatever reason, my original, I always forget. Oh, so what
funny.
is this? Silly?
Yep.
Is this not really, but it sort of could be.
It could actually be
Yeah,
though.
I guess so. Yeah.
Could be Binks.
Man, we could have really could have really done well on this one. All right. We'll rename it when we put it on the website. All right. So with that brush, again, I'm gonna rinse and dry, but I'm gonna do the cat, and then we'll come down and we'll do the green last. So, ready for step by step for our cat. We're gonna do a series of shapes. Don't focus on we're making a cat. Don't stress that we're making a cat. We're doing a series of shapes, okay? All right. So I'm gonna start with that round brush with black. I want you to start making a long oval. So we want it to be about 3 to 4 inches wide here. It's gonna go above that little divot of our pumpkin. So I'm gonna start with a long oval like this. All right, I'll make it a little wide, about 4 inches wide. We're just doing shapes, okay? Don't worry. Follow along with some shapes for me. Okay, our next shape is going to be a tall, slightly wider oval. So I'm going to come up about halfway in our moon. So about halfway from our moon, we're going to kind of put a dot here. So about the halfway center part of our moon, almost the center. Okay. So we're going to do a larger oval this way. If you want to make it a little, I'm going to make it a little bit taller. Just a little.
I missed a few steps, so can you explain the few steps of the cat?
You got it. So we're starting with a long landscape kind of shape oval down here. It's about 4 inches wide, and it's 4 inches long, 1 inch wide. Okay, so it's right on the top of our pumpkin. So it looks like one of those long balloons, right? You know those long skinny balloons?
Yeah.
Almost the size of a hot dog here.
It's almost the size of a hot dog. Unless now we have the hamburger.
Hot dog bun, hamburger bun. Okay, perfect.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna make kind of an egg shape right here, right above it. Kinda.
Okay.
Okay. Our next shape, we're gonna go about halfway. So this is our halfway mark in our body right here. We're gonna do a curved line up and bring it down. So it's kind of like a heart. So it's the right side of a heart. That's what it does.
It does look like a coffee mug. You're right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh.
All right, so on this side, we're gonna do the left side of the heart. So we're gonna bring it up, and then we're gonna bring it down and meet it kind of where all those little ovals meet. Oh, Molly is like crazy. Now do you see it? I know, that's why I say it's just shapes. We're not doing a cat, we're just making shapes right now. That's all. What did you get those from? All right, next shape is our head. It's going to be kind of we're going to start with a circle. Let's start with a circle. We want it to overlap that oval just a little bit. So we'll start with that. I think Holly. I don't know what Holly is. Great right now. Yeah. Holly's looking for attention. I kind of want to make the top of her head or his head a little bit like a pointy at the top, just a little. And then we're almost going to make a little bit of a point on either side. Not really points, but kind of just like angle it just a little bit. So it kind of juts out like cheeks or like their fur on their mouth.
She's got furry cheeks.
Yeah. And then we need little triangles, like curved triangles on the top of the head, like that. Make them the same size. And then we're just going to fill in all of our shapes. So now we're filling in our silhouette.
So they work from the top down.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. However you want to fill it in.
Same brush.
I'm sticking with that round brush. If you want to switch to a larger brush to go quicker, you can. And our kitty. Now it's starting to really take shape and you can see them.
Okay, sitting on a coffee mug.
No, it's not. This way. If you happen to have a little bit of space down here in your pump, like there's kind of space between the moon and the pumpkin that didn't get covered, you can just kind of bring that down if you need to. All right. What are we missing? I'm going to rinse and dry before I do this next part. So the next thing we're missing is the tail. Ooh, the tail. This is where you can really get creative and fun. You can make your tail whatever shape you want. You do that S shape like you have here. You do a little bit of a curly Q shape like we have here.
Yep, right off top. Yep, there you go.
And we did like kind of a little curly tail. Wiggle for a tail. I'm gonna go with my curly tail. I kind of like that. I'm gonna start with just kind of one brush width all the way around.
Anybody who has cats probably knows how their tail looks. Every tail is a little unique.
We don't have that, so I don't know. But
I got 3 cats and they all got different tails.
so I start with kind of one brush width. And then if you want to make it thicker, you make it bigger, then you can go over it again with another brush width. Try and keep it the same all the way through. Yeah,
Some kitties even have really bushy tails if you want to make a bushy
that's
tail.
true. I have seen that too. You're right. Make a furry kitty. Really furry kitty. And then just give us a thumbs up when you're done with your kitties on your moon or on your pumpkin. We have one little step left aside from our tiny.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Good job.
Thumbs up.
Woohoo. You guys are keeping right on top of me.
Still see a couple people still painting it, so give them a little bit of time.
We'll give another minute or so. No rush. Don't worry about it.
We're a few steps behind. Hold on one sec.
No problem. Take your time. We have lots of other paintings coming up that have not even been posted yet. So we're going to kind of take a smidge of a breather this weekend. And after we get caught up on some of our orders, you will start to see more of our winter line kind of coming up. There is some snowmen that are posted already. You see Fancy Yoda. Yeah, snowmen are down there.
I was gonna say your other one.
Yeah, Yoda's there. But we have lamp posts coming. We have a Santa Claus, a sloth painting coming. We're getting there. More fun stuff. But remember, if you guys have suggestions for us, send them in. Let us know. What is it doing?
I'm trying to get it back now, but it's over loud.
It's okay. No worries. It doesn't. Yeah, you can't. Zoom it. I knew there was a reason why you could zoom. You could like zoom on zoom. Unzoom on zoom. Well, it's okay. We'll figure it out. No big deal. I think they once we finish, then we can stop recording. And then yep. Perfect. All right. So our last step, and we're not rushing. The last step we'll do is again rinse and dry. We rinse and dry between. I'm gonna grab some of my green. We'll do a little bit of kind of a stem down here. So it can kind of come up in front of your cat if you want to. Just be underneath it. Sort of painting a, like a little triangle shape or a.
Just fill in that little divot.
Well, yeah, just kind of filling in the divot depending on what shape it is. It is a big pumpkin. And then from the stem, we're going to take that green and I'm going to start doing some little swirls, little curly cues. Like, swirl here and there. I'll just put a couple of those little, what is that, vines, like curly
Mhm.
vines. Usually when they're connected to each other, that's right, when they're still connected to the vine.
Abigail, can we see your
Oh,
cat?
I can see ugly.
Ooh,
It looks good, Abigail.
oh, lat.
Her here, come here, Jen. Come see quick. She doesn't like her cat.
Oh, no, let's see.
Looks like she just made a little bit wider legs. Here, this one.
Oh, Abby, you're so cute.
Yeah, you just got a cat that has a little bit of a bigger behind.
It's
all good. That's what my cat That's what my cat looks like in real life. It's okay. Just add a fluffy tail, you'll be perfect.
There you go.
Spot on.
I love it.
My cat is ugly.
Oh my goodness. You guys are too cute. So cute. So the last step that we need you to do after adding some of your little curly Q vines and your stem is sign and date. I usually am the bottom right or bottom left of my canvas, my initials in the year. And that's it. Your canvas, your hat, soft hat on a pumpkin is done. Wait, I did. I got it. So, what we'll ask you to do, even though we're on Zoom and we're able to see some of your paintings now, we want to be able to share your work as well. So, if you've been with us before, you'll see in almost every event, we do a slideshow of your photos. So, I want you to, you can actually stop recording now. Okay. And then
Pause
you can
recording.
unzoom if you want.
Recording.
So what we'll ask you to do is